Good morning, good evening. Welcome to the Software Tester Blueprint. So today we are going to discuss about the SDLC and the important documents which are required in the SDLC, right? So today we will see two important things, which are basically a software testing lifecycle, how it basically works, right? There are different phases. What's your responsibility? And we will write some of the test cases, as well as there is another topic that we'd like to introduce, which is tell me about yourself. All right. Before that, let's complete the first important session, which is software testing lifecycle first. Let's get started. And so first of all, software testing lifecycle, right? Where we are right now. I hope everyone have seen this. Let me share my screen with the iPad so that you guys can understand properly. So SDLC, last time we have this introduced, right? Which is basically the software, development life cycle. So we have discussed about the software development life cycle. We discussed how waterfall model works, right? And we discussed about the pros and cons, right? After that V model we discussed, right? Then we have spiral, right? Then, which is new one, right? Agile. And all of you, most of the time, will be working around Agile. If you are in a good product-based company, right? If you're in good product-based company, you will see Agile related framework. So in Agile, we have multiple smaller framework. For example, Scrum, we have Kanban, right? And other ones, right? Most of you will see that this is the super important one, which is I have marked especially, which is Scrum. This is where you will see most of the frameworks, right? For example, in your company, suppose they are developing some kind of project, right? Then you will see that they are going to use a Scrum. This is a normal framework where you will have a proper structure. See, whenever anyone is using any kind of a framework, right, they are just following a process. Just make sure that whenever we are following any kind of a framework, right, it is just a process where at a different stages, you have to do different documentations as well as steps, right? So in the SDLC, when we discussed about the STLC, right, we have requirement phase, we have designing phase, right? We have defining phase, designing phase, then we have building phase, right? Then we have a testing phase, right? So the testing phase that we are discussing about, right? And then we have deployment in the end, right? So this testing phase actually contains its own life cycle. We call this STLC. STLC is nothing but a software testing lifecycle where you are responsible, where you will be present in this case. So as a software tester, we are present at the STLC lifecycle, right? Where we have to do some of these steps. Some of these steps basically means, suppose there is an e-commerce project. E-commerce project is there. What we are going to do, how you are going to test. First of all, you will have a planning. You will basically plan, you will read the requirement, then you will read the requirement, right? You will plan, read the requirement, then you will create a test plan, right? Then you will create a test cases, right? Then you will execute them, right? And you will do a bug reporting, and then you will close your testing, right? So all the steps that you see here, right? These are part of your STLC, right? And there is no model in the STLC. STLC is a simple phases, right? So let me show you how this STLC looks like practically in this case, right? So here we have with the STLC, right? First of all, I hope this is clear with everyone, which is first one we have is a requirement analysis, right? First of all, the requirements are given to us. How the requirements are given? I told you, right? Requirement will be given something like this. For example, let's say example of bugs project. Right, for example, if you go to Confluence page, right, Confluence page, for example, for this project that we have, for example, we have app.vw.com. This is a live example where the requirements are given something like this, right? They are given on a Confluence page. This is some. Wait a minute, I think I clicked wrong link, this one, right? So in the requirements, if you see, overall requirement can be given to you in the form of SRS, FRD, right, which is functional requirement document, which are mostly helpful to the development team as well as for the testers, right? They are given in that format. There are use cases and UMLs created. Last time we have discussed already, right? So for example, in this requirement, overall, if you see, right, there are three major things that you will notice. We have a login page, we have a dashboard page, and we have a campaign page, right? If you go to this website right now in the requirement page, right? For example, this is the login page, which is there, right? If you enter a correct username and password, you will see there is a dashboard page, which is loaded, right? So this is our simple application right now. Suppose this is a 2-page application, and third one is basically creating a campaign, which is third one, right? We will basically create a campaign also. For example, by clicking this button, you can create a campaign also, right? So this is how the requirements are given. So in the requirement phase analysis, right, as a software tester is your responsibility. Here is your responsibility. For example, in your team, there is one QA lead. So this is just an example that I'm giving. For example, it can be you are the only person, right? And this is you. So there are 2 persons who are working right now on this project. For example, login page and dashboard page that you are working, right? Here, what you will do is this is your QA lead. For example, suppose this is your QA lead is there, and this is, so let's say, let's call it QA lead, and this is you, for example, QA. Right now, you have joined as a fresher or somewhere, right? What you guys do is you will basically do a requirement analysis. You will go through the requirement one by one, and you will prepare a rough idea around your around the requirement. How you will prepare? Basically, what you will do is, let me show you. Right. So what you will do is, let's go back to the iPad in this case. What you will do is basically prepare a rough idea. Let me tell you like how analysis generally basically works, right? So in this example, we have seen we have login page, and second one is basically the dashboard page, right? So we have the dashboard page. But apart from this, if you have noticed, there are multiple things. So login page and the dashboard page. Now I will ask you the important things. See, what are the things that you have to do in the requirement analysis? Now brain exercise. Okay. Tell me, for example, this document, in this case, right? There are 2 ways. Either you will look for the mockups in the requirement analysis, either you will basically see the mockups, or for example, this is a mockup given to you. Okay, now let's do the exercise. Okay, now tell me, what do you see in the login page? What are the different requirements that you see? Tell me. For example, we have a enter input page, right? Okay, yes. You will see email. Yes. Email is there, password is there. Yes. Right. Now we are analyzing the requirement right now. By seeing the mockup, you can use the requirement document also, right? Sign in button is there. Yes. So let me write in purple, sign in button. Okay. Apart from that, anything else? Checkbox. Yes. Checkbox is there. Where is this? Forget password is there. Yes. Forget password. Apart from this, anyone? So requirement generally came from the customer, right? Requirement generally come from the product owners or stakeholders. Yes. So what we are doing is, if you don't have an account, you can create an account, right? See, requirements are already present. Right now, what I'm saying you guys is requirements are already given. They have given you very high level. This is a very real example that I'm giving you. Generally, in the requirement document, whenever you read, right, you will not able to grab the important stuff. But whenever you see the mockups, right, you will have more clarity. That's what I'm recommending. I'm not recommending don't read the requirement. Read the requirement first. See, I have read the requirement already. This is the requirement where if you go through it, you will see the similar things, mockups and all, right? But what I'm doing is I'm just seeing the mockups and I'm basically creating my own set of important things in this case, right? Yes. So login page, my forget password, sign in, start a free trial, right? All these things. Okay. I hope everyone is clear. So all these things that you see here, right? These are related to your login page. Yes or no? Company logo. Yes. Company logo is also no. Right. So all this thing that you see here, right? These are important stuff. As a software tester, you have to notice, right? Now, what you will do is you will prepare your test cases based on this, where you have basically prepared a rough. See, requirements will be always given to you. Requirement will be always given to you. You have to drive the test cases from this. Okay. What is test case? Test case is a simple instruction given to you, right? How you are going to check the actual result versus expected result, right? So this is what you are going to do in this case. Now I told you, what is the first, for in the first class, I taught you one principle. What is the one principle that you remember? Da, which is don't assume anything. This is the, all these things that you see, right? All these things are your perspective. But the stakeholders' perspective is what exactly is the stakeholders' perspective? Requirements, right? So requirements they want, and this is you. So you have derived. So what you are doing is this is the requirement given to you. You have derived your important things. You can say these are my rough test cases or test scenarios, one liner that I'm going to check. Right? I'll tell you what exactly is the scenario and test case. Don't worry. But what you are doing is right now, roughly, you have created a idea what I have to check. For a login page, I have basically successfully checked everything from a functional point of view, which I need to check, right? Now it depends what type of testing I have to do, right? That's it in this case. Yes, clear. Similarly, this exercise you will do for the dashboard page also, right? For example, after successful logged in, right, you will see there is a dashboard page which is logged. Now, can anyone tell me what are the requirements that you see here in the dashboard page? See, we are analyzing the requirement right now, and we are preparing our rough notes. I hope this is clear. This is super important website. Sorry, exercise. What are the different things that you see here in the dashboard page? You will see name, right? Your name, for example, Wingify is there, right? You will see purchase now button, right? This is another thing. For example, this is a mockup that right now you are seeing, right? Some tabs, headers, right? You have navigations, right? You have footer, right? You have header, right? You have logout button, right? Edit setting, right? And blah, 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 blah. So basically, you will see here, there are multiple things which are available, right? These are nothing. So all these things that you are doing, right? This is actually a part of your requirement analysis. I hope this is clear now. Clear with this? So STLC basically we are going to cover. And right now we are basically done with the requirement analysis. Now, right now we are not creating the exact test case, but I'm showing you how this looks like. Make sense? So this is a requirement analysis technique things, right? Where you will read the requirements and you will basically prepare a ref set of requirement for your own self. And then you will drive your test scenarios and test cases, right? So after that, we have another step, which is called as planning. So in this planning, right, planning generally contains a document, right? In this document, what you will do is you will write what type of testing you are going to do, right? For example, you are doing integration testing, system testing, end-to-end testing that we will explain, that we will basically learn, right, which are the different testing, what type of testing you will do, how many days it will take, right? How many efforts it will take, how many testers you want, right? What type of testing you will do? You will do functional testing or non-functional testing, estimations, efforts. Are you doing cross-browser testing? Another thing, right? So overall, a proper plan. So test plan will contain a proper plan in this case, right? Smoke, sanity, right? Different type of sanity testing that you are going to see. But overall, all the definition we will see. Don't worry on this. But I hope this is clear. The test planning where you will plan on the next day, on the next 3 days, what I have to do. For example, I have given this project on the next 2-3 days, what I have to do, right? So what I will do is I will prepare a document. So let me show you. Do you want to see a document? How test plan generally looks like? So see, requirement I have basically showed you. This is how the requirement in Confluence looks like, right? Then another thing that you will see is a test plan. So if you want to see test plan, go to the sdet.live/test plan. Okay, sdet.live/test plan. And you will see a rough test plan created, right? Which was created for a API testing project. But again, this is a similar project can be created for your VWO, right? Where you will see it contains a table of content, right? Generally, it's a Word document. right? But in many companies, it can be Excel file also, right? It depends. It depends upon per company to company wise. So objective, what's your objective in this case? For in this test plan, you're gonna write, okay, I'm going to test the VWO website where I have a login page and a dashboard page. What's my objective? How is my testing strategy? Who's going to do alpha testings, right? Unit testing basically, right? What kind system, who's doing that system testing and integration testing? All these things, for example, batch, user acceptance, beta, what are the hardware requirements? How we are going to test this, which machine I need, how the responses are there. See, feature to be tested, what we have to test and what we don't have to test. Schedule, right? Mainframes, basically, they are in service-based companies. Sometimes if they are using any mainframe or something, if you're not using any column, you don't have to enter anything. And who is going to create this, right? So generally, this is created by your QA lead. QA lead is a person who will be handling you, right? So in the engineering team, you have a QA lead, then you are, for example, QA, you are a QA, senior QA, another one, right? Those are assigned to you. Probably your managers generally. Most of the time, your managers will be responsible for filling this, right? Then you will have test schedule, control procedure, feature to be tested. What we have to test, what we don't have to test, right? All the things here. What are the risk assumptions, schedule, all the things that they have to enter properly. For example, here they are entered. What is the strategy we are going to use? We are using unit testing. What type of testing that we are going to use? All this document will be properly filled, right? This is how your test plan will look like. But this is just a rough idea. See, now you will ask me, Pramod, my test plan is different in my company. What I have to do? See, I told you, right? Test plan varies company to company wise. This is a journalized, all the table of content that I showed you, right? These are some journalized, and this is actually used in many of the service-based companies. In product-based companies, your test plan may vary. It will be a very simple where you have to write what you have to test, what are the modules, what are the testing that you are going to do, and what is your schedule look like. That's it. And the bugs and other things. So your test plan template can vary, but this is very close to the original which are used in the very lots of service-based companies, right? So what you can do, if you have opened this link, click on file and make a copy. Make a copy and keep to yourself, right? Make a copy in your Google Drive if you're in Google Drive, or if you want to download this as a Microsoft Word, right? Download it and play up, right? So these are the two important things that you have seen in the SDLC.